Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Crafty Hour number 48. This is Deanna here, and we're going to be doing some cute Christmas cards with pink and mane. So welcome, everyone. I am just going to get sorted out here. There we go. Just going to get sorted out here. We're going to get started in just a few minutes once we get everybody on board and ready to go. I'm just going to get myself organized. I'm going to have a little bit of coffee because that's going to make everything go a little bit smoother today. Good morning, Miss Gail. Welcome. Hello, Tracy Lynn. Welcome, everybody. It's been a busy morning. I hope you guys are having a great morning as well. We're going to be working with our pink and mane today, and I have done a little bit of pre-organization for myself, but don't worry about everybody if you haven't done your pre-organization. For me, it was easier to pull out what Courtney's going to do, and so yeah, we're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. Hello, everyone. We'll wait till everybody hops on. I went to do my craft stackers last night, and they're all in use. They're all in use for classes, so I had to go old-fashioned and grab out some little Ziploc bags. Hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Crafty Hour number 48. This is the kit that we're going to be playing with today. It is cute Halloween. This is from Pink and Mane, and I love it. They say all you need is glue. Kind of like the Beatles song. All you need is love. Ba, 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 ba. You don't want to hear me sing, that's for sure. But this is going to be a fantastic one. Everything is included, even the envelopes. Look at that. We even have envelopes. I could always use with envelopes. So hello. Good morning, Courtney. There is my partner in crime. Courtney's going to be doing her cards later this afternoon. Courtney, I don't know if it's working, but I just figured out how to cross-post to our group. So we'll see. I should have this being taped in Crafty Hour Creations, and I thought that might make things a little easier for finding them later. So if you can, Courtney, hop over. Tell me if it's broadcasting there. Although I can't see comments, so if you're watching live over there, I will not be seeing comments. But I just thought maybe we'll try that. It was one of those things. I poked around in Facebook, and you just never know. Tomorrow, it will be different. Good morning. So good to see all of you. It is Thursday, and we are on Crafty Hour number 48. Now, tomorrow morning, we are going to have a live featuring a new Crafty Hour. It is limited because Courtney and I added an amazing die to your kit. It has a $16 US value. So like probably 24 Canadian, 23 Canadian. It's going to be included in your kit. We're going to go live with that tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. We cannot get any more of those dies. So once those are gone, they are gone. They're all here. It's all ready. So tomorrow you'll be able to even pick it up. Hello. Welcome, everyone. Oh, I'm so glad that you guys are joining me this morning. So we're going to do some Halloween cards. These are what I call the cutesy Halloween cards. And then next week, we are going, or not next week, 2 weeks from now, October 10th, we're going to have our second Halloween one. And that is going to be a little bit, how can I say, just a little bit, not quite as cutesy. Not scary, but not quite as cutesy. Now, Courtney and I have split this kit. So I'm going to be doing 4 cards, and then Courtney's going to be doing 4 cards. When I sat down and played with it, I will say I found this kit is, everything's there. Like, it's so easy to do that everything is there. Now, I am going to change up one of the cards just because I want to give you something different. We do know that some of you have this instruction sheet, but some of you don't. We don't know why, but Courtney found that some of her kits didn't have it, but that's okay. That's okay. We are going to do the cards with you, so you don't need these pictures because you are going to have them. So don't worry if you don't have them. And like I say, you just never know when Courtney and I are going to change things up. So I am going to do a little changey on one of them. We'll see how it works. I haven't actually done it, so we're going to see. We're going to see how it works. Now you have 8 cards. And then you're going to have 8 envelopes. I just put the 8 envelopes off to the side, and we're going to do 4 of them with me. So you can grab out one of them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the pieces that you need to find out here on the screen. I've already pulled it just to make it a little bit easier. Their cards are super thick. I could not believe how thick their cards are. We might have to ask them what they're using. So these are what I want you to find. Besides your card base, I'm going to put these out. We're going to start with this one. You're going to need your glue and you're going to need your foam tape. Those are the things that you are going to need for this card. I'm going to score my card because good gracious, it's so thick. Super thick. There we go. So you're going to need 1 card base. You are going to need your striped, dotty, orange and yellow paper. Okay, all done for you. Now there's lots of options that you can do, so we'll talk about that as we go through the morning. You're going to need this gray piece that's got some dots on it and it's got a black line across it. You're going to need this purple tag that says boo. So cute. We're going to use these 2 ghosts. Now, some of them I noticed when I was pulling apart, they do look very, very similar. So we have one that has an witch's hat, and then we have this cute little Casper with a star. And then a couple of stars. Now, you might notice your kits have a lot of stars. So we have a yellow one, and then we have a couple of orange stars. And the orange stars are connected. So those are all the die cut pieces that we're going to need. I am going to give you a moment to find those ones. In your kit, you also have some of these beautiful glitter enamel dots. Now, Courtney and I need to share these, so you might want to add yours after the fact, which is totally fine. I may add mine now, but just know that Courtney will probably use some of these. And it wasn't, I looked and I'm like, it's a little bit more trickier to cut these because there's 7 of each color. So you have a lot. You have like, what, 6 times 7? You have 42 enamel dots here. And of course, all of them will work. Yes, Sharon, we do have some kits. You can give the store a call. I don't think there's a lot, but there is a few of these cute little cards left over. Now, there's lots that you can do with these, even though they have done everything for you. That is the double check, because Lauren, they should be here. They should have everything on there. Having said that, you just never know. One thing that I did find is that they've done so much of the work for us, right down to even giving us this faux black mat, that if you wanted to spice these up and change them, it's very, very easy to. You can cut off this black and add black glitter, for instance, or black foil. There's lots that you can do. I am going to keep these really, really nice and simple because that is how they came. And I told you that you don't need to do any homework, but I just want to let you know that if you do want to switch things up, it is really, really easy to do. Now I see a couple people saying no gray one. So of course this can be left off. If you don't have it, you can definitely leave it off. The other thing you can do is maybe in your stash, find a gray paper that will work with this. Might have a pattern paper. It is just going to go across the center like this. So if you don't have it, you can definitely just switch out with not another pattern. I wouldn't use a pattern in here. And the other thing is we can definitely reach out to Pink and Main and let them know that we don't have that. The only concern I have is whether or not they would get it to us before Halloween. Although I feel like they should. So after the video, I'll reach out and talk to them. Don't worry about letting us know if we can get more. I will post it in our Crafty Hour creations, and then we will sort you guys all out after. Seems like we didn't make these kits. So, and of course, we didn't go through all of these kits to see if they were all here. We just turned and burned, as we like to say, moved on. So if we don't have that one, that is totally fine. I will show you what I would do. I won't use mine, and then we can always pass that on to somebody else, because it does seem like a lot of people are missing it. So we'll talk to them as soon as the video is over, or maybe even Courtney can reach out to them and let them know while we're doing the live. Yeah. And yes, sometimes they are stuck. That is for sure. It is kind of a glossy paper. So, of course, the glossy papers do tend to stick together as well. Okay, so we're going to get started with this one. First thing we're going to do, like I said, I'm going to keep it simple. And we are going to just glue that right to the center. Now, like I said, I didn't bring any extra because I told you you didn't need homework, but you could always add foil onto there if you wanted. You could always, I'm just grabbing, ooh, I love that purple. I'm grabbing some of my scraps I have lying down. So you can see how you can always add a little bit. There's like a little purple on there. You can always spice these up with some extra items. So we're not going to do it, or I'm not going to do it, but I want to show you that you do have the option. If you want to grab some of your foils, etc. This purple one would look really, really nice with that purple tag. You do have options, okay? You can always add layers. I'm just going to glue it. I'm going to change one of the cards for you guys, and you may not even like the one I change. You might want to do it the original way, so I'll do that one last. Look between the large layers. So Courtney is saying it's lower in the pack, and so is Suzanne, and it is in between the large layers. So definitely dump it all out. Do it all. Get rid of it. Okay, so that one's just going to go right in the middle, and it is going to give us that white little border all the way around. It's a super cute Halloween, and it's always fun to do a little bit of both, a little bit of spooky and a little bit of cutesy. I know the little kids really appreciate the cutesy. Now, while we're working on this, I'm going to show you what we would do next. And again, you can grab a piece of pattern paper if you have some spare, if you don't have this piece for some reason. And what they did is they just put this straight across with foam tape, approximately halfway. Now, one thing that they do is that they go from edge to edge all the way across, as you can see. If you don't like that, because some people don't, you can trim it down so that it fits within the pattern card. That is just optional. I might do it both ways just to kind of show you. So from the side to the side, this is 4 inches. So if you want to take a pattern paper or a gray cardstock, if you want to trim it to 4 inches, you can. If you don't want to, you can leave it and do it exactly like they did. If you are creating a piece from your leftovers, this piece measures 2 inches wide, 2 inches. And again, they just took that black, little piece of black, cardstock will work, just to go across. Now, I'm a big fan, of course, of embossing folders, so you could also just take an embossed piece, darker color, maybe gray, and put that across as well. Lots of different options to jazz it up. And one more thing that you could do, of course, is take some of your foil. You can see how great that would be behind it too. So just like the Simple Story ones, just because it is, just because it's a kit that's all ready, doesn't mean that you have to leave it like that. You can absolutely add. Now I'm going to just use some of my foam squares because my foam tape I left at home. I am putting the final touches on my Hunky Dory Christmas class, the next one, and I was working on a shaker card. So I left all my foam tape at home. I'm going to drop mine down a smidge. So mine is not going to be quite in the center. I like things a little off center. So I'm going to drop it down just a little bit. My top has a little bit more space than my bottom. Only if I could wish. I just lost my tag. Oh, there it is. Now, they did not put any ribbon through the tag. If you want to put ribbon through the tag, that is definitely something that you can do. Pink and Main doesn't sell ribbon, so therefore they did not put some through. You can put some through. You can even do it after the fact. It's easy enough to grab. So we're going to put this on a slight angle. And I only need foam tape a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom because I don't want to put any foam tape where that gray is. Only because it is just going to be acting as a speed bump. So I am going to put a couple of pieces at the top. And then if I want to add some ribbon after, of course I can. And then I think for the bottom, I'm going to just put a little foam strip because my bottom doesn't have a whole lot of space. So you can just use a little bit of foam on the bottom. If you want to put glue on the top or in the middle, you can. Not super urgent if you don't want to. The other thing this would be really cute if you don't want to make it into a card is to put it on the front of a gift bag with some treats in it for the kiddos. You can just put it right onto a little treat bag that they sell, you know, at the dollar store, the little paper bags, and you can do that. Okay, so we've got that on. And I chose this card to start with because it is the easiest. So now all we have to do is add some of our ghosts. And both of the ghosts we are going to do with foam tape as well. So I really should have brought my foam tape because that would have been helpful. I'm just going to put some squares on here. And we'll put, that should be good. And we'll add some ghosts to our little scene here. So this big ghost is going to go, I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. So I've got the big ghost overlapping the tag and the gray and a little bit. You can see you're not going to actually see a lot of that gray with the way I'm doing it. So that's why like a gray, any kind of gray pattern or gray cardstock would work. Even foil, because I am going to, I end up covering a lot of it. Maybe we'll move him up here. I'm going to bring him just slightly down. Oh, isn't he cute? So they are kind of both playing around there. Perfect. And the orange stars, I am going to put up here. Now, if you want to put some ribbon on here, then you're going to want to have it so that you don't cover the hole. Personally, I'm not going to put ribbon, so I'm just going to attach it right like that. And I'm going to do this one flat because my ghosts are already popped up, so it just gives a little bit of different dimension there. And I am going to purposely cover the hole. Now, if you want to use the hole for some ribbon from your stash, you could also switch out your stars so that the smaller one is right by the hole, and that will give you some more room to put that ribbon. So depending which one you want to do, if you want the ribbon up, you might want to use the star closest to the hole, the smaller star. I am going to cover it. So we're just going to do it kind of like so and have it hanging off the tag, just like that. Now, of course, you can always go back and add some stickles, etc. to this as well if you want them to be a little shiny, shiny. And then the last thing for this one is I'm going to put this, I'm going to just do it like that. Down on the bottom, we're going to add the big yellow star. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing in just one sec here. Okay, so what I've done is on the tag, I put one little piece of foam tape. And then right underneath the tag, I doubled up my foam tape. So that way this is going to be level, it's going to be even, so that when I put my gold star on it, it will not dip down at all. So I have double and single. Single on the tag and double. And then we're just going to bring this right, oh, it's so cute, right like that. And that is our first card done. So you can see, super easy. It's a get her done card kit, really adorable, but has a lot of options to jazz it up with foil if you want, with glitter. You do have the enamel dots. So like I mentioned earlier, oh, I forgot my little poker tool. You could add your dots on here too if you want. I think personally I will wait, or I suggest you might want to wait just because you don't know what Courtney's going to do with them. I don't know what Courtney's going to do with them. But if you do want to put some little dots, and again, a little poker would be great. You can always add some little dots on there. But again, Courtney might have some ideas with those, so you don't have to put them on. Another cute little place is you can put little ones on the boo, and that would be great. Okay, so we're going to put this one aside. We're going to go to another super easy one. Hopefully, we've got all the goodies for this. This one doesn't have quite as many, so I'm just going to bring out all of the pieces. And hopefully, everybody's got these. You are looking for 4 pieces. That's it for this one. So we have our background paper. We have our Happy Halloween. We have our purple square. And then we have this adorable little black cat in a little, kind of like a little car. And you're going to need another card base. So find another card base, and I'm going to just score this once again because these are very, very thick. Okay, so 4 pieces. That's all we need for this one. That's it. Is everybody okay? Does everybody have all 4 of these pieces? Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And again, on little treat bags, it's going to be so cute. Okay, I'm seeing lots of thumbs up, so fingers crossed. Now we want to make sure that the score line is at the top. Score line at the top. And what we're going to do is take that orange paper, and it is what you might consider upside down. So we're actually going to take the point to the top because what we're going to be doing in a minute is bringing this across like so. Do I think we could do it this way? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I guess we could do it either way, whichever way you want. It's totally up to you. Totally. Lots of options for that. So this again is going to glue right in the center of your white card. And as you can see, if you wanted to add foil, I'm just reaching over to foil I've got sitting beside me because I always have foil beside me, but you can see that you can always add some foil to these and dress them up. I'm just trying to see here. Ooh, I even have some glitter. Whew. Just never know what's in my style, in my stash. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and glue that on. I also think some black foil on this one would have looked cute too. There's just so many options, right? So many options to make it simple or a little bit more. It really depends who you're giving it to sometimes, I find. These are all just fun little ones. Okay, so let's put some glue on the back of that. And with the pointy part at the top, just going to attach it like so. Pointy at the top. The fold is also at the top. Okay. And then we're going to take our green and we're going to foam tape that kind of right in the center on the bottom. So we're going to have an even border on both sides and a little border on the bottom. Again, I don't know what I was thinking with not bringing my foam tape. Silly Billy. Actually, you know what I'm going to use? This is close. We're going to do this. If anybody saw my desk right now at home, I have 2 projects on the go. I'm finishing up the last of the cute Hunky Dory Christmas, and then I'm working on Maker Mania at the same time. So I have quite the mess on my desk. As long as I don't get them mixed up, we'll be good. Okay. So we've got our little words, Happy Halloween. I have popped this up. I have an even border of white on the 3 sides. Even on the 3 sides. Okay, I'll give you a moment to do that. I'm going to go outside the box right now. I'm gonna change what I'm doing, only because this purple foil next to me is screaming to be used. And we all have so many square dies. This would have been a good one to have a square scallop die to it. This is just optional. It's a 2.5-inch square. So I'm just gonna, it's sitting right here, this scrap. How can I not use it? I'm gonna just cut a piece just over 2.5. This will just show you how you can add a little pop of color. You don't have to. It was just sitting here. Hopefully you don't mind me kind of going outside the box. I'm just gonna pop that on there. Just a little, it's just gonna pop a little. I'm gonna leave the black so it's like an extra little layer. And if you're not doing this right now, then that's okay. Just hang tight with me, and then we're going to attach it onto our card. We have so many wonderful dies. We have a lot of dies coming too. Oh my gosh. Dies are one of those things that I just can't get enough of. Okay. So now, maybe you didn't do that, and that's okay. We're going to attach it right about here. Right about there. Mine's a little crooked. Could have been the paper because it was a scrap piece of paper that was sitting here. So as you can see, I'm going to need a little bit of foam tape on the top. I'm going to put glue on the bottom because it's going to lay on top of that green strip. Now you guys see how we design. It really sometimes is not planned, and that's just how we roll sometimes. Okay, so I'm just putting foam tape just on the top half and then a little bit of glue on the bottom, just like that. So the foam tape will be at the top, glue will be at the bottom, and I'm going to kind of have it in that green space, just right next to the word Halloween. So all that purple foil is doing is just kind of popping it, giving it a little bit of color. I found that this card was so simple and so easy that it does add a little pop to it. Okay. And then we're going to take our keycap, and of course he needs some foam tape, so we are going to put foam tape on top of the cat. A little bit of foam tape, some foam tape, a little bit more. Like I said, these are cards that you can do in front of the TV if you just want nice, easy ones. There we go. And then this is going to come down towards the bottom. Now I want to show you what I'm going to do here. Purposely, I covered these two corners down on the bottom because I'm going to put an enamel dot up in the top corners. So I am purposely going to cover the bottom corners. It's adorable. That cat is so cute. So with my dots, let me see if I've got a pokey tool in here. Well, I don't, but I have a knife. I'm going to take the ones that I have 3 of the same size. I'm going to do these 2. And I'm going to put one in the top of each. Oh, I left it behind each corner. You know what? The purple doesn't really pop, so I'm going to use the green. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the green. Now you know why you want a pokey tool. So I'm going to put one in this corner. Oops, I needed a little bit more in the actual corner. And then one in the opposite corner. You can choose whatever color you like. That green just kind of matches the Happy Halloween, and it's nice and sparkly in the corner. Okay, that card is done. Again, another super easy. Look at that. We have finished 2 cards. And I think they're adorable. Now, you could create the same type of card with the stamps. Oftentimes, Pink and Maine, have stamps that match this, but you can use stamps in your stash as well. And then die cut them out. I like the quick and easy, and I don't have to buy all the stamps, so it's nice. Okay, we're going to do one more quick and easy one. And then I'm going to show you one that I am going to change up slightly. Okay, so for this one, here's what I need you to find. We need the candy corn paper. How absolutely adorable. With these little smiley faces, they remind me of the Doodlebug. They look like Doodlebug product. You didn't, Susan. Well, we will get you sorted out. Don't worry about it. We'll get it all sorted out. This is the first time using one of their kits, so it'll be good feedback for them. We need this circle that is not really a circle. It's not even a half circle. It is a partial circle with some straight edges. So we're going to need that. We're going to need this cute little candy corn. Very adorable. We need the trick or treat. And then we need this cute little, kind of like a gumball machine with candy corn inside it. So I'm going to give you a second to get all of those, as well as a card. I'm just going to give my card a good fold over here on the edge. Okay. So we have our card. We have the background candy corn. We have the white paper that's kind of almost like a quarter of a circle. We have our candy corn. We have our trick or treat. And then we have the one that is kind of like a gumball machine. All right, plus we will need our card, move him up there, our card base. And this is going to be another card that is just going to open normally with your score line on the left-hand side. Okay, so making sure that your candy corn is going in the right direction. we are going to glue that right to the center of our card. So go ahead and attach it right to the center with some glue. And I know that the enamel dots were, they were an add-on. They added them in to the kits. When you look at the instructions, if you have, not instructions, but if you have pictures, they did not use them at all. It was kind of one of those bonus things that they throw in. All right. Super pretty. Love the cute little happy faces on the candy corn. Almost looks like the candy corn's wearing a little bandana with that orange top on there. Really cute. Okay, now we're going to take this and we're going to put it right around like that, okay? So maybe just above that second row of candy corn. I am going to foam tape this, and in the instructions or in the pictures, they put it right to the edge like that. I personally did not like that. I like it to be in that boundary. It also gives me the black edge on the side. So you decide how you want it. I want to see the black line down there, but if you want to do it kind of like what they did with their pictures, they took it right to the edge. So it is totally up to you. Either way will work. And we're going to pop that up with some foam tape. Totally flexible when it comes to adding it. Okay, zoop. Maybe a little bit more on there. All right. Now, we were joking, Courtney and I, that these were nice and easy cards. And sometimes that's what we need, is just a real quick, easy one and done. Get 8 cards done. The next couple of crafty hours, I will tell you, are not going to be what I like to call lick and sticks. So those ones will have a little bit more work involved, which is totally fine. We are capable of that. Okay. So this is much, much closer to the top. As you can see, we've got a couple of rows of candy corn down here on the bottom, and I have chose to line mine up with the edge of the orange paper. If you want to do what they did, you can take it right to the score line, but I kind of like it like that. I like to see that black all the way around. Gives me a little bit of continuity across there. All right, I'll give you a moment to get that on, and then we'll go through our trick or treat. Now, as I mentioned, they have everything hanging right over to the edge. So I said some of them I will leave like that. Some of them I will cut down. So if you put this all the way across, you're going to see it's going to go from card to card. If you want it to go so that you have black on the ends, you're going to need to trim from both sides. Totally doable. It is up to you. It's what you would like to do, but for this one, I think I will leave it going all the way across. Now, as you can see, we're going to put it just underneath the circle. I'm going to see a little bit of the candy corn at the bottom, just a very little. And if you hold it there, you can see how we have to be a little cautious of that circle. So I'm going to put a strip of foam tape across the bottom, and then I'm going to add a little bit up here in the top right. So that should do it. A strip across the bottom, and then some in the top right. And I know when I put it down, let me just show you here. When I put it like this and I'm going just above that candy corn, I also know that this is the space I need the foam tape. So I could even put it right on my card. Sometimes that is easier. So let's try that. We're going to put it right like that. Okay, it's going to go all the way across. I'm going to put a little bit up in the top right. And I can always add more. So I've just put a strip of foam tape across, right across that candy cane or candy corn row, and a little bit up in the top. This is also one that if you wanted to, for instance, add some gold foil to, we could do that. Let's do it. I got another scrap in my hand. Who knew? I tell you, I have this bucket next to my workspace here that just has all kinds of stuff. Because when I'm doing Art Together at 2, sometimes I need to grab a scrap of paper. Let's see, this is 1 1/4. So I'm going to make this just over 1 1/4. So I'll give you options, what it will look like if you wanted. This is totally off script. I just saw gold there. Why not? Now I know that the card is 4 1/4 wide. This is a great use of scraps. I'm sure I don't throw any foil scraps out. I will throw paper scraps out, but not foil and not glitter. That's never happening. Okay, we'll just see what it looks like. Pop of gold, why not? So I just have gold on the top and bottom, and then let's put this across. Make sure I'm nice and straight before, oh yeah. There we go. Now, a little squishy. See, am I missing any foam tape? If you need to add some, you can. They really have done all the hard work. I've just added a little bit of gold foil, totally optional. All right, so far so good, folks. It is time for our candy corn to go on. This is going to go right to the top of our card. So it's kind of going to go like that. You know what I might do? Just because as I'm looking at my sizing, I'm going to drop my trick or treat down just a little. I'm going to drop it down a little bit more. Give me a little bit more space. Yeah. And the foam tape I use, as long as you get it relatively quickly, you can do that. You can drop it down. You can pick it up. It will start to set, and then it's going to be a little bit messier to do that. Now, again, I like my foam tape, so no surprise. I'm sure that I am going to use some foam tape on here. You do not need to if you don't want to. Okay, we're going to put some foam there. And I'm going to come right above the word trick or treat, kind of in the middle of the circle, like so. Adorable. And then the last thing we're going to do is add this cute little candy corn, just kind of right beside it right there. And for that, I'm going to add double foam tape. I think that'll be a good spot. I'm going to add some double foam tape right here so it can sit over top. So right beside it in the bottom right corner of our candy corn gumball machine, I'm just going to add it like that. Cute. Now I'm not going to add any enamel dots, but if you wanted to add some, you could always put some down in a row down in the bottom, or you could scatter them on the white. You can also add some gems if you wanted. Aren't they cute? Super cute. I can see that the top of my candy corn is hanging out a little. So I am actually going to put a little piece of double foam tape back there. So this is why I say we can always add some foam tape. Put another double piece there. Perfect. And all we did with that gold is just add a pop of foil. That's it. Options, you don't have to. You guys are quiet on me this morning. My goodness. I hope you guys are crafting along. These are super easy. And we've got one more that I have changed. So we're going to do it together. You can watch if you're like, I'm not sure I'm going to like what Deanna is doing. That's okay. I don't know how it's going to turn out either, because we're going to do it together. All right. So this card is, again, a super easy one, but I decided that I want to give it a try. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to give it a try, and we're going to make it into an easel card. How it looks, let me show you. We've got our star paper that just sits in the middle. And then we take the border piece, the scallop, that goes like that. And then this piece goes like that. And then we have this piece here. And then we have all of the stars. So we can leave it like that. If you love that one, then that's perfect. But I'm going to try and do it as an easel card and have it kind of standing up. Just a little something different, but at the same time still easy. So I'm going to take the card, and let me just put all these pieces out for you. So if you are looking for them, you'll be able to find them. And with this easel card, I am going to make a score line halfway. So my card is 4 1/4. Oops, we got a little blip in the system there. One sec. I'm making sure that we're okay here. I can see that it's a little bit blippy. So give me a sec. I'm just going to refresh myself. Sometimes what I got to do. Yep, looks okay. Okay, I just needed to refresh. Looks like a few of you might have needed to refresh. Yeah, it's just, let me know, guys, if it's blippy for you guys. Are you guys losing the feed? Because I am losing the feed. So I want to make sure. Sometimes I got to keep moving to make sure. Oh, it looks like we have a spammer on. That could be why Mr. Islam is spamming us. That could be what the, oh, okay, well, quite a few of you are saying it's fine here. Okay, well, that's a good thing. It's blippy for me, and I can see that we have a spammer on, and I can also see that, I'm going to just get out of here. Sometimes that's what happens, and that's why we're always watching. I can also see that our numbers have dropped considerably, so I think we have lost a few of you. But I'm going to keep an eye on it and see. Sometimes that happens. So I just want to make sure you're fine. Okay, that's good. I am not fine, and I can tell by our numbers that a few of you were not fine. So it could also be our provider. Blippy for me. Yep, it was blippy for me too. And that's why I always say, guys, you don't need to let me know because I am always watching. So if something happens, but I did see a spammer on there. Didn't catch his full name, but it's something about Islam. And yeah, we're always watching it. Always watching it. So what I'm going to do is do a score at the halfway. Now it's 4 1/4, so halfway is 2 1/8. Halfway is right in between, just a little bit bigger than 2. So I'm just going to make one score line. There is my 4 1/4, and I am going to score it at about 2 1/8, right in between 2 and 2 1/4. So we're going to make one score. And again, if you don't want to do this easel card, that's totally fine. And we're going to fold that under so that we create a horizontal easel card, just like that, a little horizontal easel card. Okay, it's got a little tint. Okay, and I'm just going to fold it down for now, and then I'm going to go back to this paper. And this paper measures 4, so we're going to cut it right in half, which is going to measure 2 inches. 2 inches. So we're going to cut it long ways into 2 strips at 2 inches. So I have 2 long strips, and that's at 2 inches. Okay, so the first one should fit up top, and it does. So I'm going to glue that on. I'm going to put the purple at the top, and I want to make sure that I don't cover that score line. So I'm going to make sure that it is not covering that score line. If you need to trim it a little, of course you can. You can go back and trim it a smidge, just as long as it doesn't cover that score line. So we're going to do that there. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom. I'm just going to match it back up with that hole in the middle, with that score line, the gap. Not necessarily a hole, but a gap. So we're going to do that. Okay, there's so much we can do with this card. Once we get this done, I'm going to give you many options. I don't even know what we're going to do yet. We're just winging it here. I'd say it's Wing It Wednesday, except it's Thursday. So we're just going to figure it out. So I'm going to give you a sec. We've got that glued together. We cut it apart. And then we're going to work on some of our die cuts. Try and get that sorted. Now, one thing when I'm creating an easel card, I'm always thinking about what is going to be the stopper. What is going to stop my paper? And this is not going to have pattern paper in there. Normally, when we do an easel card, it will have a pattern. We'll decorate it. But we don't have that extra paper. So I'm going to leave it white, which is totally okay with the scheme. Now there's a couple options we can use to make it to stop. We can use that as our stopper, right? Pop that up and it will stop there. So that's one option. And if we do that, then we'll have this like this. That might be what I'm going to do. And we'll put our little guy over here. The other option is we can have this as our pop-up. So it can go like that and it'll be popped up. And then we can add this across here and put our little ghost. That's an option. We could also use our stars as our stopper. So just thinking this through out loud here, see which I like better. So I can put our little stars here, and then I can put that there, and that there, and that. Oh, I have too many options. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think. I kind of like this inside as well, though. Oh, okay. What do you guys think? Which do you want? The stripey inside or the stars inside? This is going to be where you guys are going to give me some feedback. Oh, they both look cute, don't they? What do you think? I'll take some feedback because they both look so cute. One thing I do know is I'm going to need foam tape. You like the stripe inside, Lori? Do we have any other? You like that one, Gloria? I moved it. I don't know which one. Ooh, now I have Kimberly saying stars. Sharon says strip. Majority is going to rule. Strip from Suzanne. Strip. Okay, it looks like strip is going inside. So let's do the strip first. Yep, stripey inside. That's the consensus. So for that, we need to double foam tape this because a stopper needs something to stop it with. Okay, so we're going to put double foam tape. I see everybody saying stripes, so that's what I'm going to do. Ooh, I like it. This is like you get to decide what we're going to do. That's fun. So double foam tape is what I'm going to need. 2 times high. 2 times high, double foam tape. So let's go ahead and do that. My idea with this, if you just made a regular card, yes, I will show you what you're going to do with that. I'll show you what the card is supposed to look like, Josie. So just give me a sec. I'm just going to get some of this double foam tape down and off my fingers, and then I'll show you what it should look like. And I'm just going to cut a little piece for that end. I'm going to put a piece, come on. Oops. Ripping up my foam tape, not in a good way. There we go. We'll put a double there. And then I'm also just going to put a double at the end here, just because. I'm not going to worry about all the middle pieces. So I've got double foam tape. And then I'm going to kind of decide, I think I'll put it right, maybe a little bit up from the bottom. Now I want to be even. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, if you are making this into a regular card, like Josie is making this into a regular card, this is what your card's going to look like without that score line. And you're just going to foam tape it single right about there. Okay, so just come up maybe about 1/2 inch from the very, very bottom of the card. Don't come too high. Maybe to the purple, about 1/4 inch. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put it right like that, about 1/4 inch. I'm going to bring mine inside instead. And I have mine double so that now you can see that it is going to catch. Sometimes I find when I do single, it doesn't catch it as well as I would like it to. So Josie, if you're doing a regular card, you're just going to do single foam tape. All right. Now we're going to take the Hello Beautiful and we're going to attach it right in the center of our bottom flap. Now you can see it's going to hang over a bit, so I'm just going to put foam tape on the bottom 2/3. Avoid foam tape at the very, very top. I'm going to come up about 1/4 inch from the bottom, so that's going to make it hang over the top. And Josie, what you're going to do, or anybody else that is just doing it normal per se, you're going to attach it like this to the front of your card. So you'll need foam tape at the top. Okay, so I'm going to put some foam tape on the back side of this. And again, I'm avoiding the very, very top of it. So let me make sure I know which side is my top. I'm going to come one on the bottom and one a little bit higher than halfway. Okay. So I've got it like that. And it's going to go in the middle of the front flap, even side to side. And you can see here, I have some space that it's going to hang over, which is what I like. I like it hanging over that top. Okay, cute. Josie, you're okay doing it that way, hopefully. We're going to take our little ghosty guy, cute little ghost, and we're going to put some foam tape on our ghost. And we could have done this with almost all the cards. Could have made them into little easel cards. Kids love interactive. And I'm going to put him over here. Oh, he's so cute. And if you're doing it regular, it's going to go in the same space. Isn't that adorable? So cute. All right. And then what I'm going to do is some pop dots on the back of my stars. And I am going to be a little bit, let's see, we're going to start with our purple one. I'm just going to do a single foam tape there. Ooh, glossy accents on the stars. Yes, that would look adorable. Now, I used a small foam on that purple because see how it's going to hang over? I want to make sure I don't see any foam tape. So always flip it over, make sure that there's no foam tape there. And then let's see, I'm going to put a couple over here. Do it like so. So I think with the green one, let's say, I am going to glue it flat, but I know it's going to hang over. So what you just saw me do is put a little foam tape there because I'm going to have this hang off the edge a little bit. Maybe a dab of glue. I love the idea of glossy accents. I always have to do glossy accents last and then put it aside so that I don't touch it because I always am like, are you dry? Are you dry? Are you dry? And I ruin them. There's a cute little star. So you see how he's hanging off a bit? That's why I put some foam tape underneath just to give it some support. Cute. And then we're going to put a foam on the last star. And I'm going to overlap it like that. I don't want to get in the way. Oh, purple glitter inside. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. I can't wait to see them. So if you've changed yours up, I want to see them. You guys got to put that into the Crafty Hour Creations group. So let me show you what this card is supposed to look like. And I kind of like it that we changed this one up. It's kind of fun. So that's what we've done. This is what it was supposed to look like. Okay. Essentially, we have the same design. We have just made it into an easel card. We didn't have to add, I did not add anything to this card. Right? So options, I want you guys to see and look at them in a different way. So you don't have to always just be, you don't have to concert to what's the word I'm looking for? You don't have to do what they tell you. You do what you want. That's what I'm saying. I've grown up my whole life being like that. You ask my mom, I do what I want. Okay, let's bring all these quick and easy cards in. Look at that. We did 4 fantastic cards. I love the colors on these. I think they're fantastic. And we even managed to change one up that will now be a little easel card. I like the stripes inside. You guys were right. Stripes look fantastic. And as Fran was just saying, she put purple glitter inside. So again, you're only going to see on the front just that little bit of purple glitter. And then inside you can put a little white piece on top of the glitter that is going to show off and give you a space to write on. But I really like that easel card. I think he's so cute and so simple. So simple. You can even add a few other little Halloween embellishments if you have some like little spiders, etc. that you want, as long as they're cutesy. And I know that we just got in, it's all sitting in the back that came last week. I just haven't unpacked it. But we have all of the really cute Doodlebug in the back. And they have some fun little enamel dots, like little spiders that you can put on that are enamel. Ooh, I should have grabbed those. Do you guys want to see those? If you don't want to see them, that's okay. You had. If you want to see them, give me 1 minute. I'm going to go grab them just to show you, because I'm sure Courtney has them too. So don't go away. Amuse yourself. Give me 1 minute. I know exactly where they are. And if you do have to leave, don't forget 5 o'clock on Courtney's page, but don't go away. Stay here. I don't have anything to show you, but stay here. 1 sec. I'm on a marathon mission. Okay, I am back. I just grabbed the whole box. The whole box of receiving. I just grabbed it. Because there's so many cute things. Now, as you can see, these are like little cute enamel dots. Sorry, Courtney, I am just going off script. But look at these. You've got all these little candy decorations. I'm receiving these today, so if you do want any, you'll have to call the store. Whew. But look at this. You have like little candy corn. And these are what they call shape sprinkles. They're adorable. I haven't received them in yet, but I'm working on it. So these would be really cute. As you can see, the little candies, little pumpkins to add. And I feel like they go perfectly. So there's that. I'm not going to show you everything because I have a lot. But there's these cute little pumpkins. And see the stars? Look how adorable the stars are. They match. And that's what I'm saying. I think that there's a lot of options that you can do with these cards as well. So we have some of those. I don't even know what's inside here. Because it's just like, surprise. Ooh. Well, if you decide that you want to do a shaker, Look at these cute little shakers. They got pumpkins and stars and all kinds of things. I haven't even finished opening this box yet. So I wanted to give you, let's see what else is in here. Some ideas. Oh my gosh. Look at this. This is what I was talking about. Courtney's like, seriously, Deanna? Look at these. We've got cute little bats. These are these are puffy icons. So we have little ghosts and cupcakes, spiders and bats and kitty cats. And again, how adorable would this be to add these onto these cards? They don't have to have them, but they're very cute. So if you do want any of those, just let us know. I'm going to be sharing these on our live video tomorrow. I'm sure Courtney already has them because she's way ahead of me. I'm so far behind, it's ridiculous. So if you do want anything from Doodlebug, let us know. We will absolutely get them for you. I'm going to sign off. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, we're going to go live with our new Crafty Hour. Yes, Gloria, I have to receive it, so it might take a little bit of time. Yeah, have a fabulous rest of your day. We'll see you at 5 o'clock Pacific time over on Courtney's page, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.